Welcome everyone. Welcome to Draken Memoria. And what is Draken Memoria? Well, it is about Dungeons and Dragons, and more specifically, people playing Dungeons and Dragons. Don't worry, there's going to be 4. Jorg is simply a little bit late, caught in transit. Promised us he's going to be there, just a few minutes late. But yeah, you're going to be watching people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So this is not something that you want to do. Well, too bad, we started. For everyone else, it's a pleasure to have you with us, or to have you back, depending on if you've been here before and actually tried this before. As always, it is also nice to welcome those who might be coming from other places and channel. We usually have Chaotic Calling joining us half an hour in, and we possibly have people from Kearney City Guild who are going to be watching us. So welcome to both of you, and if you're not part of those two places and you're wondering what they are, well, Kearney City Guild is a Discord channel for people looking for groups, or lone people, or groups looking for lone people, only with Dungeons and Dragons. And Chaotic Calling is a D&D channel, so you can watch them in their campaigns, I believe. Right now, I think they're replaying Curse of Strahd, I saw. So if it's one that you like, you can always watch them. At least it's one of those that they're playing. But right now, you're with us, and we're very happy you are with us. If you want, just say hi in the chat so we know you're there. We know you're probably not going to do that, but hey, it's fun to mention it every time. But yeah, that's about it. So, we hope you're ready. We hope you are impatient to see what is going to happen, because finally the group is going to tackle their final chosen quests that they have been trying to finish for so long now. But you know...
I know the quest giver is excited.
Well, we're going to see how it's going to go.
Uh-oh. Look, he's just glad that somebody's come around now.
Yeah, no. So for those of you who might be wondering what we're talking about, well, it's about... I'm going to talk about this right now in the recap of the last episode. So finally, the group managed to get out of all of their problem, find party members who are apparently going to stay with them, and finally managed to start this last little quest that's been nagging them for a bit too long. Technically several weeks, of entering into an abandoned arcane laboratory. The first one discovered in the island chain that they are all in right now. So, finally the time has come. They went to the city of Otanel, where they met audiences, past and new. Crush.
Yeah, we'll call them that.
With benefits.
Well, right now, no, but maybe one day.
Possibly in the future. Most likely not.
I mean, we got benefits, just not the benefits he was hoping for. Yet.
Fair enough.
But you know, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Weird stuff can happen. So, he met up with longtime friend of the garden, friend of the group, and member of the garden, Amiali, the silver-haired monk. They met up with this contact, which helped them make the transition to their next quest. Another silver-haired woman, but this one, a diviner. Arcane diviner. So, of course. Hey, hello. You're muted right now. So,
Damn, that was
as they
fast.
all gathered a little bit of information, talked to this new contact, they let slip that they were part of the garden, which disappointed Amiali very much. But they also learned that she was the contact for their next quest, so she was going to make sure that whomever is waiting for them knew that the party was on its way. Of course, Jorg, Fisher, and Raimi decided to just finish the conversation and go back to find an inn, and then spend a little bit of time with Terry, figuring out what is that.
Still have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. Well, there are clues about what it's not. They know it's not a beast. That's about the only thing
The
they're sure
BBG.
of. But while they were doing that, audience decided to try and help his standing with this new friend. And so he decided to stealthily, well, at least as stealthily as an elephant can be walking down the street, tried to follow the elemental friend of this new diviner. He didn't manage to elude his perception, but apparently the elemental didn't mind being followed. So he went back to the Vardo of this diviner and tried to not make it look like he was waiting for her. Pulled a masterful deception about him being a poor homeless adventurer. But anyway, the diviner managed to see through all of this masterful deception, mostly because he was sitting next to a bowl that belonged to her, that was given by the elemental. So, points for effort. He got in and he did manage to talk to this new diviner, learned a few things, tried to exchange a little bit. In the end, he did manage to improve the standing of the group with this diviner, but probably not his own standing with the diviner. But he didn't make an enemy, so all's good. All ended well. Next morning, they all gathered. Jorg, Fisher, and Raimi met with Civ, a past friend, another construct. A future rendezvous was made. A future rendezvous was made to talk more about stuff that Fisher needs to clarify with Civ. They started to walk toward their destination, toward this abandoned arcane laboratory. And this is when Fisher realized that he has the only object who can freely talk, and it might know stuff about why they're here.
Ba, ba, ba.
Yeah. So, surprised by this, he took a little bit of time to absorb this possibility, always knowing that he might just be teased by Terranad, but he kept it to himself, and they just all kept walking. They arrived at this small village where they just kept on going, went up a mountain, and found the gnome waiting for them in front of this arcane laboratory. They decided because the day was ending, that they could all take a little night's rest, have a good meal, maybe ask a question or two to the gnome or to Terranad about stuff. And then in the morning, enter the arcane laboratory, which is less than 100 feet. The entrance, at least, is less than 100 feet from where they are currently standing. And so this is where we all left off, with everyone gathering around this little campfire improvised by this gnome, and him serving food to almost everyone, because not everyone in the group needs to eat, but serving this simple but hearty meal to everyone as they're all quietly enjoying their meal around this cozy campfire. And so this is where we left off. Jord, Fisher, Remy, and audience. What do you want to do?
Thanks for this meal. This is good.
Well, it's like I said, it was a large group, and I'm the only one with all of the food now, so might as well enjoy it. The village is not even a day away. I can easily go and buy more. Hey, I do what I can with what I got. And apparently this time I had a little bit of dried meat. I don't know what that stuff was. Looks like vegetable, but a little bit of spices. Hey, you can make something decent with this.
Yeah. So, I don't remember what we don't know about the laboratory. I guess I don't know much about it.
Literally everything. We don't know
Yeah.
anything.
Feel free to ask anything.
Yeah, why are you guys coming here? I just realized all I know is that we're supposed to come here, but you guys got this task without me.
Because somebody wanted it done.
Yeah.
Ah.
And they offered money for it. And that is the adventure life. Taking
Good reason.
things
Yeah.
that you don't really understand, but you hope you will when you're done, but with their chance of money at the end of them.
And apparently there's a dragon flying above. So
Yeah. So do we want to go take a look at the door?
Well, let's do it. Let's go.
Get started?
Yeah. Let's go figure out this labyrinth.
So right now,
That's not what
right now you're
Weren't we going to do that the morning?
yeah.
Because
Oh.
right now it's evening.
I thought
Oh,
we already
I thought we
slept.
were already waking
I
up.
thought we
No,
slept
I'm
last night.
just giving you a few moments in case you want to do something before the day end. If you don't want, we can simply jump straight to the next morning.
I'm good. I will go to bed then, unless anyone else says anything.
I'm ready for bed.
All right. Then
Following.
in that case, you finish enjoying this little meal. You look at each other, very confused about what's going to happen when you enter this place. You go to bed. Exactly like that. Audience is already ready to go. So, you all bed down.
Always in character.
Yeah, no, it's just method acting. It's what we were hearing just before. It was audience snoring. You know, that's how loud it sounds. So you all go to bed. You spend the night in this little camp. Does one of you want to actually take a little Good lord, why are the words so hard to come out right now? Um, does he want to have a watch? Or are you just all going to bed? This gnome has been here for 3 weeks. There's a good chance that there's not a big amount of danger around.
How far away did you say the entrance was?
About 100 feet from where you are.
Aye. Then I think I'll take my sentry rest and just kind of get a little closer to it and just kind of stare at it through the night.
Okay. So you're guarding.
If I notice anything over
You're guarding the
the
camp.
course of 6 hours.
You're guarding the camp from what might come out.
Yep.
All right. So you go in front, put yourself there, place yourself in sentry mode. Good lord. And everyone goes to bed. Fisher, make a perception roll, please.
That's gonna be a 6.
Okay. You notice that there's a bat coming out at one point. It's a bit weird, bats usually fly in groups when they come out of cave, but that's about it.
Just a single bat.
Yeah.
They were eaten by the local Tarask. That's the only one that survived.
Vampires.
Either that or the bat ate the Tarask, Never dismiss small animals. Yes?
All right. Yeah. I'll just kind of sit there staring at it.
It's a long, dark corridor that you're staring at. Like the gnome said, what happened was that there was a small landslide and a breach was exposed. And dwarves started to dig, hoping that it would have led to metals or gems or something like that. But instead, they found themselves entering into a very large room. Well, wide, not high. And this is where they realized that it was an arcane laboratory as they tried to enter. So what you're looking at is mostly this long corridor going into darkness, and you can't really see where the first room is supposed to be. But you spend the night looking at this corridor and this long tunnel. Nothing catches your attention other than that bat.
All right. Then am I out of earshot of the rest of the group?
Well, you're about 100 feet away. Probably that everyone is inside tents. So the sound would be muffled, and you're 100 feet away.
Then in that case, I think I will talk to Terranad
Okay.
and just kind of ask, okay, what was that earlier? What did you mean?
I think they were eating a meal.
No, you know what I'm talking about. Don't play dumb with me. You're always pretending to be smarter.
Well, you did take a lot of time to talk about this. It could have been something else, but yeah, no. Seeing as how all day long, all I did was give you the names of the different flowers we met. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the other conversation we had.
Yeah.
So, what exactly are you trying to figure out?
Well, I mean, can start off with why you didn't feel it was important to share that information earlier.
Because no one asked.
Does that not seem like important information to you?
Did that not seem like an obvious information to you? 50 adventurer gathered in a single flying city, all given a very powerful magical object, some of them among the most powerful you can find in the Shattered Continent. I mean, is there anything in there you do not find odd?
I mean, of course it's weird, but give me a second. I gotta actually look up what it was exactly that he said, because I'm blanking.
Okay.
Friendship actually is magic.
Yeah. Would explain why Taranad can't do anything, because I hate him. Okay. Nope, that's not it.
God, that would
Did
explain
I just
too
not
much.
write this down?
I don't know. I can't see when you're writing or just reading something.
Shit. That's not good.
Hey, as a side note, wouldn't you just be able to look in your Discord log? Because I'm pretty sure they sent it through there.
They did, right. Thank you for that.
Memory. Ha! It's really
There
hard.
it is. Maybe that's why I
Rummy's
didn't write it down,
intelligence
because it was
coming
already
in
written
clutch
down.
out of game as well as in game.
Fisher
Yep.
succeeded his intelligence
I am
roll.
on top of it, guys.
Fisher succeeded. Andre didn't.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. Okay,
That's
back into it. I mean, of course it's weird, but the way you out of all of the other adventures here, obviously, it seems you are the only, at least talking, powerful magic item. However, from what you said, it makes it seem like you're not the only sentient one.
We're all sentient in our own way. I mean, some have a more basic intelligence, but there's something within each of them. A lot of us have been around for a very, very long time. Some of us have even adventured with other of these objects before.
So you know some of them?
Some.
Do you know any of the others in our little group?
Hold on. Let's see. Oh, good lord. Don't tell me that again this... I took so long to try and find this little...
Then you found it and then lost it again?
Yeah, I spent, 2 hours trying to find where that stupid PDF was. And... here you go. Alright. Let's see. Who do I know? Well, I don't know much about your new companion's object, but I recognize our feathered friend object.
The lantern?
Yeah, I believe its name is Agarath. And I believe...
Wrath?
Yeah, and I believe our holy knight is called Rahan. Out of the two, I'd say Agarat most likely has the most basic of intelligence. But Rahan is, well, young.
I guess that fits.
Don't worry, I won't tell your feathered friend that you thought his intelligence is basic.
I was more referring to the other one, but
Yeah. I don't know much about the ability of Agarath. It doesn't have an intelligence that talks a lot. Ron, I know a bit more. I think I've actually seen someone wear him. It was about 1,500 years ago. Can become something impressive. It definitely fits with finding a dragon.
you wouldn't happen to have known or remember the name of that person who had it, did you? Do you?
Oh. No, I really haven't been used in parties for adventuring. This is a bit new for me. Usually I'm just used as if I was equipment, you know, get inside a place, analyze things, give us the result, come back. So I've seen someone who had it on himself. I've seen a bit of the effect of it. I guarantee you Remy's going to be a bit jealous about this at one point. But no, I haven't adventured with people. Like I said, I'm mostly a tool used for analyzing. You have to understand, in those era, objects like us were as good as it got for arcane intelligence. No
By
one knew
us,
how
you mean
all of the
others?
objects which gained some sort of awareness. Some sorcerers and wizards have tried to do it on purpose, but there has always been an element of chance. This is why it's not something that can be done on purpose for constructs like you. They can try, but it doesn't always succeed. But object like us just become stronger with those who wear us. Some of us haven't even been made by mortal hands. I know that some are going to find this very annoying, but that other blade master in the garden, Kor, his object was made by a god.
Of course it was. Do you happen to know what you were made by? Or at least who?
It's been so long. I believe it was a wizard. But I haven't seen equipment like those in his laboratory for well over 1,000 years.
Wouldn't it be weird if this was his lab?
Probably, because I'm pretty sure I'm from somewhere west. But hey, it could. I mean, hey, if I was, I'd be able to give you all of the.
Would you, though? You don't seem to remember everything.
It's hard. Every time I try to push too hard, everything just cuts off. As if I'm going above the energy that I can use. And then it just cuts off.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm also working on it. I think I've identified a little inefficiency in one of your arcane glyphs connecting two of your limbs. If I can figure out a way to bypass this, I might actually have an easier time.
Just don't go making my arm useless or something.
Well, if it's just your arm, then it's going to be better than everything else that's been happening for a while. I mean, you couldn't hit the broad side of the garden even if it was right in front of you.
That's not fair. The garden is a weird, extra-dimensional, kind of invisible thing.
Yeah, but it feels pretty large.
Yeah. I get it.
I mean, beside the capital city of the Dragonborns, how many cities have you encountered that it takes you around 3 hours to walk from one side to the other?
I mean, to be fair, I haven't encountered a whole lot of cities other than that one.
Well,
So.
as far as I know, Carnatil is the largest city accessible to you. And taking into consideration that the city is split into two, half of it is on the northern hemisphere and the other half is on the southern hemisphere, it's pretty large. Each one of them larger than Otanel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty big. Sure.
I mean, it's one of the oldest city in the Shattered Continent. Period.
I was wondering when you were going to start again. You were almost nice there for a second. It was weird.
Oh, you're almost smart. It was weird also.
I'm not going to say anything else.
So, is there anything else you want to know?
I guess. You don't... I think I already asked you this before. What was the last thing you remember before I picked you up?
was roughly 300 years ago, maybe 350 years ago. I was analyzing something. They asked me to go inside a crater. Hold on. Yeah, no, it was an exile fall. Yeah. You know, one of those beings?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often, but every so often one of them just drops from the sky. And when I say they drop from the sky, I really mean it. They drop from really high up. High enough to make a crater when they hit the ground. Surprisingly enough, they survive it.
So was it still there when you were scanning it, or was it already gone?
No, it wasn't there anymore. I wasn't there to communicate with it. I believe someone else tried to. Another team. I was just there to analyze, to understand more maybe about where they're coming from.
Do you think that's how they enter this world? I mean, they are called the exiled. Maybe that's what happens when they get exiled.
Well, they've never been very secretive about this part of them. Every time someone asks them, they always say to be an exiled is to have committed a crime. And to have been exiled here is to have been given a chance to atone for this crime. But every time someone tries to get more information about this crime they committed, they can never talk about it. Because the few who actually manage to understand it always say the same thing as they do when they're asked. There's no word in all of the known languages which can even properly describe this crime.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, at least we know that when they're here, it's because they're actually trying to atone for it. So, we get the best of the worst.
Yeah. You don't remember anything from between then and when I picked you up, do you?
No.
Like, it's just blank.
No, I wasn't activated. This is the first time that I've had to work all day long, all week long. Usually I'm just put inside a construct, asked to go inside a place, analyze things, make sure there's no trap, come out, shut down, taken to another site. It's useful to have an object like me inside because I can actually think. I'm not stuck with stupid things or meaningless puzzles. And I also usually have the entire power supply of whatever construction I'm grafted onto to work with. And usually when I look up, the sky is blue. Now it's orange. So there's probably something there to be adjusted.
What do you mean?
I told you.
You know that the sky turns orange when it when the sun is setting, right?
Yeah, but usually once the sun is set, it doesn't stay orange.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. That's on you. That's not on me. That you're the first time that this has happened.
Huh. Does that mean you can see in the dark better?
No, I can still see darkness. Normal. It's just for some reason the sky is orange right now. And in a few hours it might change colors again because you just decided to take one step forward or two step back.
Huh.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you've been taken apart and rebuilt very often.
Oh no, yeah, I'm aware of that.
I'm not sure everything that's been put back in is supposed to be there. I think that might be one of the problems we have. Or at least you have that I'm stuck with.
I mean, yeah, like, duh. I look at my hands. Like, obviously, there's a little bit of mismatch here. But supposedly, the folks at the garden are going to be able to help me out with that.
Yeah, I've been there for a few of those conversations.
You wouldn't happen to have any extra insight to it, would you?
Nothing that you seem to be
Capable of allowing you access to?
I was just gonna say nothing that you seem to have missed. I mean, I think it's a good idea to have a conversation with the other construct. Probably you should get the garden involved in this conversation when you come back.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Had a couple surprises today. Back to yours. When you made it sound like you were on the same page with the other objects. Are you able to talk to them? Or is that just making assumptions based on your own observation?
Definitely not talk to them, but I've been around for long enough to know that all of the objects seems to have a few things in common. They all evolve as the wearer evolves. They all wait for a sign that they are with the right person. And they were all given to adventurers. Some of them have been made by pretty powerful sorcerers and wizards. Some of them have been made by gods. But they all have this in common. They all have sufficient intelligence to wait and see if the person that has them is the right person. So they all have at least that level of intelligence.
Is there some kind of special name for y'all?
Not that I'm aware of. Like I said, we haven't been made by the same people. some by gods, some by some by sorcerers. I'm pretty sure there's a few warlocks on the list who've managed to imbue their object with powers coming from a hidden patron somewhere.
Hmm. This isn't a super common thing, is it?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, object being found, yeah. Powerful object finding themselves in the hands of adventurers, that's fairly common. But when you put everything together, like I said, 50 adventurers were summoned to a weird magical city that comes from another world. And they all received one magical object that apparently themselves summoned those they were supposed to be with.
So you seem... If you're all intelligent enough to choose who uses you in some capacity, why me? We haven't exactly gotten along swimmingly.
I don't know what chose you to be there, but I know I wanted to awaken when you placed yourself in the path of danger to protect your friends.
Hmm. I guess. Thanks for giving me a shot. We'll see how it works.
Hey, I didn't choose the smartest one, but I chose the one with the right heart. That's all I'm gonna say tonight.
Kiss. Kiss. Oh, it's...
Is that a construct joke?
He doesn't say anything else. He said that's
What?
all he was gonna say tonight.
I got the last word? That never happens. Alright. Yeah, that's... yeah, I guess I'll just spend the rest of the night staring at the door entrance, whatever.
All right. So the rest of the evening goes by without any problems. You do notice that the gnome seems to be a little nervous. He does come back and forth a few times, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. You're just nervous about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just see him go to his own things, go back to the campfire, back to his own things. Takes a few moments, go back to the campfire. Yeah, that's about it.
Is he not sleeping?
After a while, yes, but it takes him a little longer than everyone else to fall asleep. So, the night goes without a problem, except for bats and wind. And then the morning eventually comes. You're all awakened by the smell of breakfast being cooked For all of you inside tents, you hope that it's from the gnome and not something else cooking one of the other friends you have. But for you, Fisher, you see that it is the gnome actually cooking something for the group. Get everyone started on their day.
One more thing.
Yep.
Or during the night.
Yep.
I would have opened Terry's box
Okay.
and just kind of, I guess, set it down on the ground so he could, I don't know, move around outside of it if he wanted to.
You take him outside of the box?
I wouldn't like dump him out.
No.
But I'd like open the box and put it on its side so
Okay.
it could leave if it wanted to.
Okay. Well, in that case, well, for the first 2 or 3 hours, he just stares at you. After that, he starts warming around a little bit, moving. He seems to be very fascinated by the stars. There's something in there that's... He just keeps going back to watching them. Then he just moves a bit. He did, at one point, go in front of the entrance of the cave, of the tunnel that you're supposed to go in the morning. He just stayed there and looked inside it. Maybe for an hour straight. Then he just came back and looked at you until sunrise.
I already tried talking to him in Construct, right? I think I did that last week. I know I tried Primordial.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to... no, I don't think you tried talking to him in
No.
Construct. You tried Primordial, and Jorg tried in Beast. Through
Speak
magic.
with... Uh-huh. I guess in that case, when he comes back, I just, in Construct, go see anything interesting. And see if there's any kind of reaction.
Make an investigation roll for me, please.
Investigation?
Well, actually, I'd give you a choice between investigation and insight.
Huh. Gonna go with
That doesn't sound like a real
investigation.
choice.
Oh, I'm back. That is a 2 plus 5 equals 7. I got all my good rolls out before we started.
So, you talk to him, and he does seem to be reacting to something, but you're not sure he's reacting to understanding what you're saying. Maybe he's reacting to some specific sound? But you're really not sure if he understands anything you just said. Sort of just a moment where you talk and you see him just go like this for 1 or 2 times.
Huh. Interesting. Alright, that's it.
Alright. So, you put Terry back in his box.
When everybody else is waking up, I guess I will
Yeah.
put the box back down and see if he wants to go back in it or not.
He might have mixed feeling about the box.
He's only almost drowned in it like once and almost died from suffocation once.
No.
But it's got holes in
Drowning.
it
The
now.
drowning was in a mug. So.
Oh, right.
No, actually, it takes a moment. You put the box there. It takes a moment, but eventually he looks at the box. He looks at you. Then he looks at your legs. And then he looks at you again. And then he looks at the box. And he goes in.
Then I will, pick it up.
All right. So, you pick the box up. Do you close the lid? Or you leave it open while you're not inside the...
Yeah, I'll leave it open for now.
Okay. So, you go back to the campfire, and you meet up with everyone that's just coming out of their tents, drawn out by the smell of something cooking in the morning.
How'd y'all sleep? Any new dreams?
I slept well.
How about the
Maybe
rest
it's
of you?
just absent-mindedly shining his jewels in front of everybody.
The one that it's okay to
Giving
show
them a good
everyone.
solid polish.
Okay.
I slept well. No new dreams.
Mm-mm.
Have y'all met your objects?
I met mine in a pile of stuff in a dream. That's what you mean.
Well, you haven't awakened yours yet. But I was talking to audience and Remy.
I have briefly met what seemed to be a dragon-like creature that I did not know whether it was connected to my object or not. Or it was not. It was a dragon. It was a young dragon.
Well then, according to Terranad, that would be Rahan. As apparently all of our objects, with some, at the very least, basic form of intelligence and or sentience, seeing as they've all been around for a while and are extremely powerful in the right hands. But apparently your bracer's name is Rahan, and Rami, your lantern, is called Agarath.
Could you pronounce that name one more time for me?
Yours or Rami's?
Mine.
Rahan.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing
Agarath,
that right?
Petrion, Zinthos.
Audience, if you want to know how it's spelled, you just have to go into your equipment. The armor that your object creates is Rahan's armor. So it's written there exactly.
Rami, did you already know that? I know you. I guess if it said it in your head, probably wouldn't been able to repeat it, but
Actually, that's a fair question, DM, because I know I rolled fairly high on the roll of for understanding my object, but I don't know if that included a name.
No, that's actually the first time you hear a name given to your object.
All right, just making sure. Raimi shakes his head.
Well, then, there you go. There you know.
Repeats in Fisher's voice. Agarath, Agarath, Agarath.
Yeah, sorry, Jorg, but didn't get yours. Not sure if
So-
that's because it's not awake yet or something else. But
Yeah, we'll know someday, I think.
hey, just gotta prove yourself worthy of it. Seeing as it can, they can all kind of choose.
Yeah, I hope to do so.
Pretty good chance you'll get it. It'll happen as soon as we go in, whatever there ends up being. But speaking of that, y'all ready to go?
I want to eat breakfast first,
All right.
but then I'm ready.
Yeah.
Right, eating. You know, it's,
Okay.
I guess
Hey, do we have any
while
fruit?
everybody else finishes eating, because Raimi has a bird-sized stomach.
so
So-
like my mother. Yeah. Okay.
Kind of goes off to the side, makes a little hole in the ground, and plants the acorn.
It takes a moment. Plant the acorn. After a minute, Olenek takes shape. The bark of the tree, the branches, his face, and his arm, and oh, that's not comfortable. Being summoned in so much rock. Oh, I feel like there's one jammed in my shoulder. So, what are we doing today?
Going underground.
Of course. There's nowhere trees are as good as underground.
Raimi, minor illusions, and anatomy book, with a brain on the front, and kind of just points to it, and then points to Olenek.
Well, that's. I'm hoping that's the compliment and not the insult. So thanks.
Everyone else in the group can interpret that as they wish. Although honestly, if he's minor illusioning in the direction of Olenek, they probably can't see the book.
So you all see Remy showing Orunak the cover of a book, then opening a page, and then Orunak just says, "Well, if it's the compliment, thanks." All right.
I'm not going to even try with that one.
All right. Well, let's get this over with.
Raimi makes a rainbow.
Yeah. Well, it's oh wow. We've got a change in weather.
Is it not windy?
No, it's not. But when you realize this, you see Orunak go, oh, I guess we should go inside pretty soon. Clouds like these usually call for a really bad storm.
Guess it's a good thing we're gonna be inside then.
You see a huge mass of gray-black clouds slowly creeping toward where you are.
Amy looks at the clouds, looks at his coat, and immediately starts going off toward the entrance.
And then, does anybody have some fruit?
Uh,
I don't want to make
give
you
me some.
waste a spell.
Oh yeah. I don't have fruit.
I asked
And
for
probably
gnome.
Get some in the.
In my dried rations, have any dried fruit?
Probably, there's some bits and pieces that you look at this and it's probably a dried fruit.
All right, I'll hand you some of that.
Thanks. And then I'll just kind of squish it into the box next to Terry.
Oh, goodness.
Dump some water in there.
I really love those things. All right, so you pulverize this dried fruit into as best you can a paste, and you put it inside the box. A little bit of water. Of course, Terry goes for the water immediately, but then he looks at this paste, and you see that he tries to go over it, sit on it. There's even a moment where you think he's trying something really hard. There's in his physiognomy, you see something that feels a bit like he crawls away from it, looks at it, nudges it a bit with what you think is his face. Then you see him bend over and feels like the front of his nose slightly opens and then closes, and then you can swear he's chewing on something as if it was gum. He's just
Sorry, bud. That's the best we got right now.
he goes back to whatever humidity is left inside the box and just stays there for a moment.
All right, we ready to go?
I'm ready.
Did we ever get the gnome's name?
I don't believe...
I don't think we did, and I don't think we asked.
No, you don't often ask for name, but that's all right. Most people I know don't ask for name very often. You'd be surprised. I did spend 3 months walking, and in those 3 months, the number of people who have actually given me their names is surprisingly low. So
They were all demons.
probably.
Obviously.
So, yeah, so you asked the gnome about his name?
Yeah. Or, one of them.
Yeah, because gnomes. Yeah, well, the one that usually is used the most, it relates to a bit of a child moment, but a lot of people just call me the toolbox or multi-tool.
Just
Don't ask, please.
I get the sense you don't really like that one.
Well, no offense, but when you think about multi-tool and toolbox, you think about a construct, not a gnome. When I was young, it was kind of nice, you know. It refers to me. I was always logging around a toolbox because, you know, I like taking things apart. Then it stuck, and then I got among the humans, and they started to make fun of it, and now I'm stuck with it, but not for the same reason.
It's because everyone thinks he's a massive tool.
Yeah. Obviously. Well, and you know, in my experience, people are going to call you what they're going to call you. And they're going to call you it more the less you like it.
Yeah. But hey, if you want to actually call me by a name that's doesn't carry a negative charge, the name that my mother actually gave to me when I was born was Sermon.
Well then, it was nice to meet you. And hopefully, are you coming in with us? Or are you going to stay out here?
No, if an entire team went in and didn't come out, I am not going in there. But I'm sure you can handle it. You know, you look a bit more experienced than the last group. But
That's
you'll understand,
good to know.
I'd rather be the second wave than, well, third wave actually, but...
Yeah, fair enough. I guess hopefully we'll see you on the way back out.
Most likely, but yeah, you know, you never know, but most likely.
That was a hopefully in the. Never mind.
Okay.
All right, guys, we good to go?
Well,
Raimi already left you guys behind after he found out it was going to storm.
Fisher never knows where Raimi is. Whatever he slinks
he
off,
just
Fisher
he
has
just
no
kind of
idea.
like says it. He just says it out in the open, like he just like says it out to the area rather than to anyone specifically, just in case.
Oh, there's two more. Unless y'all followed Raimi and he's just standing there like an idiot, which is fair enough. He hasn't been paying attention to things very much.
Fisher would have been the only one talking to the gnome. Everyone else just went right in, and oh, I'm alone again. All right, so you gather yourself, you go back to where Raimi is, and you decide to enter this mysterious place, a gnomish arcane laboratory, the first found on Estrin. And so, in what order are you entering this long tunnel?
I actually, for once, don't want to go first.
Oh, I think. Raimi, do you want to go first because you're good at seeing things, or do you want me to go first?
Because he's good at no, sorry.
Because I'm good at finding things with my face.
Finding things in a different way. But Raimi kind of like just takes out his lantern and just starts like walking ahead, offering some light into the tunnel.
All right. So yeah, there's still one charge left inside the lantern from the last night. So you go in, you have the light of the lantern. It's maybe a little over 100 feet. It's a long corridor. So Remy is in front, followed by
I'll go next.
Fisher, then you're muted.
I'll go third.
Third,
All right.
then
Yeah,
I
I'll go
guess
behind him.
Jorg is the last. All right. So this is the order in which you enter. All right. So you move forward for, like I said, a little over 100 feet. And Remy, since you're in the front, I would have you make a perception roll.
That's going to be a 22.
Okay. So you move forward, and after roughly 75 feet, you start noticing there's a small glow coming from up ahead. But you also realize that the tunnel bends slightly to the right, just so that if there's an opening, you can't see it. But you do notice that there's a very soft blue glow coming from straight ahead. So you keep on moving, and after a little while, another 50 feet or so, you turn the bend and you find yourself maybe 20 feet away from what looks like an improvised entrance, but with your 22 of perception, you do notice that, all right, there was a door there. The dwarves that dug this probably busted through it or took it out. So this actually was an entrance or an exit. But it was meant to be something that you enter or leave from. So you approach this archway that looks like a door. For you, it's comfortable. For audience, it's... let's just say that he's not going to be able to stretch in there. But he doesn't have to crouch to enter. So you enter this room, and it's, like I said, maybe 8 feet tall, 8 feet high. And you arrive just on the side of it, and you see in front of you what looks like granite flooring, maybe 8 feet long. And then right after that, you see where the glow is coming from. All of the tiles from after this initial 8 feet, all the way to the other side of the room, are softly glowing, a gentle blue. With, well, first, do you enter the room?
Thing is, the one thing we do know is that the last party that came in here, one of them died in this first room. I say we take a second and try and figure out what's up with it first.
Raimi. So basically the granite floor with tiles that's glowing blue.
Yeah. A gentle blue. There's a difference in blue. I actually have... each tiles are about 8 feet, beyond the first 8 feet, are about 8 feet, they're square tiles, so 8 feet by 8 feet, and You can see all the way to the other side. You see 10 tiles until they reach another small place, another clearing, where there is room for one tile that is not glowing. And it is on the other side of this. And just from where you are, you can look at bit angles without entering the room itself. The tiles go all the way to each side of the room, but not all the way to the back. Just like where you are right now when you're looking down in the entrance, there's roughly enough room from one tile so someone can actually get in there and walk on this. And there's the same thing on the other side of the room. But other than that, there's a huge floor which looks 10 tiles by 10 tiles, each 8 feet across.
How wide is it?
Well, that would make the room roughly 80 feet wide and 96 feet deep, and only 8 feet high.
Okay.
So if you want to have, like I said, there's a small difference in the coloring. It's blue and slightly darker blue. But since you told me, Remy's player, that you're having a little bit of problem with the colors that I've been using, I did drew a floor map that is gray and black. So you can actually see what the tiles, with the glowing tiles part of the room looks like. And I believe, yeah. For those of you who might be watching, wondering what this looked like, I activated the battle map, and in a few seconds you'll get what the players see at the center of the battle map. So right in front of you, you have this very large tiled floor, all glowing with this soft blue. Obviously, the tiles that are gray, it's a very light and gentle blue, and the tiles that are black, it's a bit of a deeper, denser blue-ish color, but they're all glowing.
And where are we entering from?
The bottom. The door is right between the 5th and 6th tile at the bottom.
Okay.
You're literally entering right at the middle
light
of
gray are light blue and the black are dark blue?
Exactly.
Okay.
I thought about making I thought about really making those blue, but then I wasn't sure about the colors, so.
Where are you guys seeing this?
I sent it.
Discord.
There's two places. I sent it on Discord and also on.
It's also on the stream.
On the stream,
I was seeing the stream. Yeah, forgot to launch Discord.
So this is what you see right now. Right now you haven't entered, so there's this, and right before these soft glowing tiles start, there is a 8-foot landing, if you will, that is as wide as the room, but it doesn't go beyond the width. So right now you're standing there. You haven't stepped in.
Okay.
So technically, from your angle, Remy, you'd be able to see probably 3/4 of this room, and each side there's at the bottom there's probably something that you can't see unless you poke your head inside the room.
Just being on the safe side, Remy is going to plop down where he's standing, pull out his book, and take 10 minutes to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So, while Remy is doing this, technically, Fisher, Audience, and Jorg, and Oronak, you have 10 minutes if there's something you want to prepare, say, cry, make a prayer. Start a bonfire.
Seems like that's going to be the best, at least smartest course of action. Although,
I could ritual cast Goodberry in the 10 minutes.
can you ritual cast Goodberry?
I don't know, actually. I don't know if I can.
Goodberry is not a ritual spell.
Never mind.
No, I think it's
And you could just
create
spend,
and destroy water that is a ritual cast.
Oh.
Neither
I
of
don't have
those are
that.
ritual casts.
Oh.
I mean, I'm kind of assuming everything in here is magical, but
Yeah, Detect Magic is what I was just looking at.
Okay.
might as well figure out a little more about it.
Audience, is there something you'd like to do before?
No.
Okay. So, Remy takes a little bit of time, casts Detect Magic, then looks up after casting Detect Magic. It takes a little while before your eyes manage to adjust, because maybe for the first minute, it's blinding. There's magic everywhere in this room. But just like getting out of a very dark place and looking at the sun, after 1 or 2 minutes, you start being able to focus a little bit. And this is where you realize, haha, alright, so this is the first puzzle. Yeah! Every single tile on the floor has 3 3 magical glyph on it, 3 wards. And then you notice that there are wards on the walls, and then there are wards on the ceiling. You recognize divination, evocation, and hold on. And conjuration.
So each tile has those.
Each tile has these 3 glyphs, and there are also evocation and divination on the walls and ceiling.
But not conjuration.
Conjuration all are on the ground. However, you do not know what their purpose are, so he might not need it on the ceiling.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion about the walls and ceiling specifically, and I might have an inkling on the conjuration. Remy is going to, he is going to take one of his daggers, kind of walk up to the landing,
Okay.
and he's going to drop it on the tile that is the 5th from the right, or 5th from the left, excuse me.
Okay. So you drop the dagger the 5th from the left. Okay. So you drop it. So you take a first step inside on landing that looks not warded. The first 8
Yeah,
feet.
he steps out onto the landing.
Okay.
Yes.
So you step on landing and take your dagger. You're just about to drop it, and with the perception that you rolled just before entering, you do notice that there's something to the right. There's a body on the right, slouching on the wall, but it's definitely dead.
Raimi blinks, kind of like looks like puts the dagger back away for a second because clearly this needs examining. But Raimi kind of like looks back to the others, points in the direction of the body, and like walks over to it.
So, Fisher, audience, and Jorg, you see Raimi entering, pointing toward the end of this room, the one that is on this side, and he just walks in and starts walking to your right. Do any of you enter? Do you stay there? Do you wait for his okay? You all just barge in and start having a party?
That's good enough
I guess
sign
he'll
for
at least
me.
he'll make at least one clarification as he'll point down on the landing that he's standing on. It's like and just say, "The mice can play."
I assume that means it's good, and I will step out onto the landing also.
Okay. So, just for fun, Fisher, audience, and Jorg, would you all make perception roll for me, please?
Yeah. Ooh.
Start
I got a
doing
10.
better. Hey, that's better. 18.
Okay. Audience?
That would be a 13.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can all easily notice part of what everything's there. So when Remy points toward the ground, you do notice that there's an 8-foot landing that isn't glowing like all of the rest of the tiles. So most likely this is what he means. And as you enter, it becomes obvious where he's going. He's going toward a body that is on the other side, to the right of the entrance, slouching on the wall, completely at the end. So Remy, you get to the side of the wall, and you do notice that
Oh dear.
yes. And you see this body. It looks like it was hit by something. Most likely a very strong electrical current. It does seem to bear elements of what you'd expect from someone who's been shocked nearly to death. But he's just there, sitting on the floor, slouching slightly, obviously dead. If you want to make... are you still there?
Uh-oh.
No? All right. I thought it was
Lost him.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the uh-oh, and then I was like... But then he disappeared.
Oh no.
All right, well,
Apparently, there was a interdimensional portal on that body, and he went through it.
Raimi just gets sucked into the.
Dimensional doors.
Or the body was a mimic. It was a body mimic. It just ate him.
Oh, damn.
Oh man.
All
Yeah, you're throwing in some hard stuff.
right, well, it's right about time for a break, so we can try and give Raimi
Do
a
that
moment
sit down
to
for the ride.
reconnect with us, and we'll see.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh, is he back?
Oh, yeah.
Back.
I'll
We
go
can
back.
still
For
take.
whatever
We can still
reason,
take
the
the
call
break.
dropped
though.
on my end, even though my internet didn't seem to do anything wrong.
okay.
Huh.
Well,
Weird.
as I was saying, we're gonna take the break and give you time to get back. All right, so like I just said, we're gonna take our break right now. We're gonna be back in about 10 minutes. So, see you back in as the group tries to figure this out. So, see you all in 10 minutes. Bye. Welcome back. And yes, we're all here. All of the cameras are working properly. Hopefully. So,
I'm wondering if there was like a brief moment where everyone thought like, shit, are we not going to have Raimi for the rest of the session? Do we have to solve puzzles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, you
Definitely.
don't really have a good track record for this. All right. So, hey, audience, I think you can try your microphone. I'm not sure. I was hearing the hissing sound when you turned it on last time.
Okay, cool. Is it not there?
No, it's there.
It's there. I don't know what's
Ow.
causing it. Sometimes it's a light. Sometimes it's something causing interference. All right, so.
It's a CIA operative listening in on your...
Yeah,
on your set
because
call.
we've been using too many bad words. So they started to just... All right, so when we left off, the group was just stepping inside of this room. We're all seeing the large room, roughly 80 feet across and roughly 100 feet deep, only 8 feet high. So like I said, audience, you can walk upright, but you can't stretch without touching the ceiling. And you have all of these tiles glowing, a soft blue glow. Some of them have a lighter glow, some of them have a deeper glow, but they're all glowing blue, softly from the ground. And Raimi is walking toward a corpse, sitting on the floor, slouching, still on the side of landing. So, as Remy approached this corpse, you do notice that it's dead. It's showing obvious signs of having been electrocuted. But other than that, it seems to be wearing normal adventuring equipment. You do see that he seems to have a short sword, a small axe, looks like a dwarf. Does have a backpack.
Yeah, like Raymond will just outright just try to investigate the body for like
Okay.
I guess for like any like I guess like regular items, but also anything out of place, like maybe something on their person that would help understand what's happening or what had happened.
Okay. Make an investigation. Sorry.
Who knows? Maybe they also have
Investigation
like a
roll.
note. It's like this is what happened.
I
That's
assist
what that-
Amy with that investigation.
So basically, you join him while searching this. So Remy, you have advantage on investigation.
Thanks for that, because I rolled a 4 on that first roll. Significantly better. That will be an 18.
All right. So basically, what happens is that Remy starts looking around, and he looks crispy. You know, he's really been cooked. And for a moment, it brings back flashes of a bad moment in your life, and you sort of just pick his hand up like this and just look at it, and then Fisher just looks at you. Come on, it's just burned meat, and he starts helping you move the body and start looking around, and that's why the roll has been better on the second roll of the advantage. So you hear the skin cracking a little bit. He's really been thoroughly shocked. And most of his equipment has been damaged. He seemed to have had a few potions, but eventually the potions broke because of the electric shock. They eventually just shattered. So there's a lot of liquid inside of the backpack. You find the equivalent of a adventurer's adventure bundle inside of his backpack.
Explorer's pack.
Exactly. Explorers or adventurer?
There's Explorer's pack. There's also a Dungeoneer's pack.
Then it's adventurer.
No. There's no pack called Adventurer.
All right, hold on. I'm confusing something with something else then. Hold on.
There's Diplomat pack, Entertainer's
Okay,
pack,
here.
Dungeoneer's pack, Explorer's pack, Scholar's pack.
Explorer's pack then.
Okay.
So you find the equivalent of that. By rummaging through his stuff, you find enough equipment to mostly put that back together. The rations are missing. The water skin is shredded apart. Other than that, everything seems to be there. There's one torch missing. So inside the backpack, there's not a lot that's interesting. But fortunately for you, since Fisher wasn't squeamish about tearing apart a burnt body, he points out to you that one of his hands seems to be completely closed off, clenched, as if he'd been shocked while having something in his hands. So, with the roll that you had, you managed to open his hand and breaking off a few fingers, but not your own, but his. And you do find a note, a paper note inside, a parchment note, which seems to have been completely scrunched up in a little ball. Apparently, he was trying to figure this out the same way that you were, because he's hastily drawn a map of the ground in front of you, and on the top left corner of this, slightly, well, I'm going to show you, but written on the left corner, you see just two words written: even odd. I'm going to show you exactly what this little piece of paper looks like. I tried to put it on an actual parchment paper because my background is parchment paper, but I was having trouble, so it's just going to be black and white. So you have this. It's written at the upper corner. Even is written above nothing, and odd is written above the tile flooring. And with an 18, it's just high enough that while you're looking at this, Fisher, you notice that there's something written at the bottom of the page on the other side. And what
Like
you
on the back of the page?
Yeah. And what you see is a small handwritten note saying, there are different tiles. I wonder if it affects the count.
Is it the same handwriting?
Looks like the same handwriting as the word even odd on the other side of the page.
I'll point that out to Rami.
Yeah, Remy, looking at the note, looking at the words.
Where did my pencil go? There it is.
All right, so then Rami is going to walk back over to the landing, facing out toward the tiles. Since the note said something about the tiles being different, would Rami be able to perceive if there's any noticeable difference between some of these apart from their color?
Well,
Also, are the different tiles, are they different colors, or are they the same color, just one is brighter?
it's the same color. It's just the intensity of the light that seems to be a
Okay.
bit different. Some
When I'm saying different color, I just mean that
Yeah.
noticeable to the point of them being
Yeah.
distinct.
Make a perception roll while looking at the floor for this difference.
Dope. That's gonna be a 15.
All right. Well, the DDC was lowered because you have this small clue, so it's just enough. You look at the floor, and there does seem to be small differences in some of the tile. Looking at them from your angle, it sort of looked like as if something had struck some of the tile, and there's sort of a broken pattern on it, as if there were cracks. And you look at those tiles, and you even see one that is in a place that is accessible right in front of you. The six, well, actually, from your point of view, it would be the 1, 2, 3. The third tile from the right, as you're coming back, you do notice that it's just a pattern that is inside the tile. Because it is right next to you, you can see that the tile isn't actually broken. There's a pattern under it that makes it look like it's broken, but it's not. And it's a bit hard to tell when you're trying to look at all of them, but you do see that there's quite a few of them which seems to have this pattern. It's a bit hard to see the back 5 tiles, but for the first 5 tiles from where you are going toward the back, you do notice about 10 of these tiles have this pattern on them.
Mm-hmm. Are within this first row of tiles, is there that pattern on any of those tiles? Like the first row closest to the entrance.
Okay, hold on. I think I can improvise you with something that'll allow you to see what you see. Well, that's definitely gonna help you. Okay, so basically, and this one here. Okay. From where you are, I have this image which allows you to see from where you are the tiles which looks different. The back 5 rows are too far away. You can't properly see which one have this pattern.
So then the ones that are especially marked with the blue are the ones with the pattern on it.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
Sorry for the blue color. It's the.
Oh no, this works fine.
Okay.
No, don't worry. It works okay. Okay. All right. In which case, Raimi is going to walk over to all the way to on the landing, all the way to the far left until he's in front of the first tile.
Okay, the first tile to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, I guess since they found a free supply of torches, he's going to use those. Raimi is going to drop one of those torches onto the first tile.
Okay. You drop the torch, and the torch just falls to the ground and cling, 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 clatters on the ground.
Okay. Then he's going to walk over to the second one, and he's going to drop a torch onto that one.
So you step on this one, and you try and put a torch on the next one, which should be one that is blue, I think.
Or, well, unless I'm misinterpreting this image, I'm talking about like on the first row, the second from the left.
Okay, so you're just placing a torch on each of the tiles in the first row. Is that it?
Yeah, or at least my
Okay.
second action is like putting the torch onto the second one and seeing
Okay.
if anything happens.
So basically, coordinate 1-1, then 1-2, and then.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Sorry, I should have made that clear.
Oh, that's all right. Same thing happens. You let the torch drop, and the torch just clatters on the ground and stays there.
All right. Then Raimi is going to walk over to first row, sixth tile from the left. So like the one that's been marked, and he's going to drop a torch onto that one.
Okay. You let the torch drop, and it just falls to the ground. Nothing happens.
All right, then I guess it's this is going to be unfortunate. Raimi is going to touch his foot against the tile that is marked.
The one that you just put a torch on?
Yeah, the one that I just dropped the torch onto.
All right. So you gently lift your foot, and then Make one step. Put your foot down. So far, nothing seems to be happening. You take the other foot up. And then the moment that your foot stops touching the landing, you find yourself teleported back to the entrance in a very loud... And you just find yourself back in the entrance in this position that shows that you've just been shocked for 7 hit points of lightning damage.
Okay. Maybe just let's let that.
Haha! I have resistance to lightning damage.
Just
Want me to
book
be a
it.
test on it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Step on
Raimi
each
still
one.
has detect magic.
there we
up.
go.
I had to make
And
that
just
roll.
tell us which ones teleport you.
Yeah, we'll tell you where to step, and then
I mean, I do have healing and resistance. I mean, if we want to use me as the test dummy, it kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
you okay, Rami?
Just unfurling his feathers a bit, and just like this, like she does a bit of a shake, and it's like, and then kind of nods his head, then kind of walks over to walks back over to where he had stepped before, and kind of like gesturing everybody else to look down at it.
Okay. We will look.
Yeah.
Like doing his best to point out the symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so was it one of the blue, gray, or black symbols? It was... Or was it just...
The blue one.
The blue one, the 6 from the left. So if you take coordinates that starts
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it.
1, 6, yeah. So he just stepped on that one, got shocked, and teleported back to the entrance.
Audience is going to step on the 3rd gray one. From the left.
The 3rd gray one from the left. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first row. So you do the same thing. You approach the tile. Sorry, 3rd gray one.
The 3rd one or the 3rd gray one?
The 3rd one. Sorry.
The third one.
Third one.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
gray. My fault.
All right. So the 3rd one. So it does the same thing. You touch it with your foot. Make a step forward. And as soon as your foot lifts off the landing, you get shocked and find yourself back just beside Remy. And you've just taken 5 points of lightning damage,
So,
reduced to 3 because you are resistant.
alright, well...
2.
Does someone want to try the black one? I don't think it's...
I'm not sure this is the best course of action.
I want to
The
inspect
note
one
on the back
ones.
of the paper
Yeah.
said, I wonder, some of the tiles are different. I wonder if that changes the count.
Yes.
Is that okay?
That's exactly word for word what is written on it.
Can I look for either on the adventure or somewhere around the room, on the walls, or even on like the entrance, any sort of writing or like number sequence or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. I think that would be perception.
Well, Fisher does that. I'm gonna turn to Remy and be like, Remy, can your familiar turn into anything that is immune to lightning damage? Are there any small creatures that are immune? I know it turned into an octopus. What about like a jellyfish? Do you know if they're? Oh wait, we're not underwater.
Just throwing the jellyfish onto these.
Yeah. Wow.
How is it moving?
I
I really
I
imagine
don't
Rami's
know.
eyes just widen and like shakes his head.
Okay. You know,
that
it
was a 12.
it was an idea.
You hear Orunak said it was a good idea. Just not good enough.
Can I inspect
that was a
couple
12,
of the
by the way.
tiles?
Okay.
For the perception check.
All right.
With a 12, you don't find a lot. You do find right before the entrance, there seems to be something that's been chipped in, as if they couldn't do this right on the wall inside, so they chipped it in on the rock that is just outside of the door. Actually, it is written in Dwarvish. Can anyone read Dwarvish?
Yes,
All right.
I can.
Do I recognize it's Dwarvish?
From your point of view, I'd say you'd guess at either Gnomish or Dwarvish, because you know that the expedition was Dwarven and Gnomish. But, well, it does bear some resemblance with Goblin, which was probably stolen from Dwarf. So you think that maybe it's Dwarf. Could be.
Hey guys, I think I found something.
What's it say?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Audience, you speak Dwarvish, right?
I do.
So,
Is this Dwarvish?
Yes, it is.
so you kneel down, and it's written, the floor doesn't seem to reset.
I'll say it says the floor doesn't seem to reset, which I assume
good.
means maybe if we step on the same square. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it means.
Well,
Okay.
I assume that either means each tile has one charge that doesn't reset, or that there's a pattern to get across that does not change.
Oh, well, guess one way to find out. Audience will step onto the same square.
Maybe almost like jumps at him to not do that, but I don't think.
Sa-
But I guess he does it anyway.
Same thing happens. You get teleported back to the entrance and receive 6 points of lightning damage, reduced to 3 because you're resistant.
It's not the square, guys. I'll say. Got a little jolt.
Well then,
With a little
Assume
bit of
that-
smoke coming off of his shoulder.
probably means that it's the pattern that doesn't change. That would line up with what? So it seems like this guy here had some sort of sequence or pattern that he was supposed to go by, but couldn't figure it out.
You can see if your worm is resistant to lightning.
Nope. It's going to be a hard pass on that one there, George.
Man, George.
Speaking of Jorg, I know that we had a druid before that could turn into a wolf. Can you turn into like a jellyfish or anything?
I don't think a jellyfish would help here. But maybe.
I don't think jellyfish are actually immune to lightning damage, audience.
I don't know. I was thinking
They
I don't know what is.
sting you.
I mean, what about electric eel? Electric eel.
I've heard of
one's
electric
maybe a
eels,
little
but
closer.
I've never seen one. I've seen eels. I don't think that'll help either.
Well, anyway,
Maybe
go ahead.
Can I ask Raimi? Can you also look around and see if you can find like a number sequence? Because it seems like this note the dwarf had was referring to. When he says, "Does that change the count?" That makes it seems like he had a count or some kind of something that told him how to get across that we haven't found.
all right. Raimi is going to go over to the far left corner again, like basically first row, first column,
Okay.
and he's going to at the very least point at it.
Okay. You point at the at the tile.
You
The
find
rogue
it.
is desperately asking that somebody else step on this tile.
So you're pointing at the tiles with these puppy eyes. Like a kid saying, "I want candy." Alright, you get a Runak who says, "Alright, I guess it's gonna be my turn."
I mean, we can. I mean,
Alright,
I'll
it's-
raise my hand and be like, "What? Can we try with like heavier objects first? Could one of us throw like a backpack on it?"
I could throw a backpack on it.
We don't.
I tossed the adventurer's backpack on it.
Oh, good idea.
Alright. So you let it fall, and nothing happens. It just falls on the tile, and nothing happens.
What if
I
we
pick it up.
put the corpse on one of the tiles?
You know what? Fuck it. Raimi's going to jump on the first tile.
Wait, the first tile has
He
a
jumps onto it.
pattern tile after it. All right.
you get Onak, who's a little confused because I'm gonna go, and then no, we're gonna do this, and then Remy just jumped on it, and I thought, oh, never mind. You jump on the first tile, you get teleported back to the entrance, and find yourself shocked for 6 points of lightning damage.
Hey, Fisher.
Yeah.
This is a little morbid, but can you help me drag this body onto the third tile?
you
You're
want to
strong?
break the fingers off.
Wait a
so-
minute. What if it doesn't teleport living?
Put the body on it
backpack?
and then step on the body.
Yeah, but what if Fisher? Now I'm not going to argue whether or not you're alive, but what if you step on one of the tiles?
Okay. I see where this is going.
Uh-oh.
That's
Fisher just
No
picks you up and just tosses you
That's what
into the
I'm
tile.
worried about.
Yeah,
What
you
if
know
I'm the
what?
one going on the tile next?
I'll step on the next one we decide to test. But we've already stepped on that one, so.
Oh, we've already stepped on that one.
So far, you've stepped twice on the 6th tile, on the 1-6, and once on 1-1.
All right. What about one?
No, there was one on 1-1, one on 1-3, and one on 1-6.
Yes, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
What about 1-8? We could try that one.
So one.
The other
We
blue
should
one?
just not try things. We should
So before
You've got a lot of hit points. You have time to try.
Fisher goes on, we could try the corpse. And then we could. And then we could try surfing the corpse across, like Fisher said, which would be a little weird, but might work.
We could try that.
But somehow I doubt that's going to work. But
The ones that are blue,
Yeah.
the difference. Can you describe the difference again?
It's a pattern that seemed to be embedded inside of it. From a distance, it looks like the tile has been broken. Something has struck on it. But since there are some on the first row, when you get really close to it and you look, you see that it's a pattern that is inside of the tile. It is not actually broken.
Huh.
I want to try surfing on the dead body.
all right, audience, you want to help me move the body?
Sure.
All right.
Rainy, meanwhile, is going to keep an eye out for the broken ones.
Okay.
I need to make a roll for that.
I want to thank the spirit of this.
It depends on what exactly are you trying to keep an eye on.
If
Like
they
I
change,
said,
Sorry? I didn't understand. I didn't hear.
sorry, I heard Fisher speaking up, so I was quieting.
Okay.
Like since Raimi is at least up to like a certain point has identified the ones with strange markings. Now he's trying to look for the ones that have been broken in places.
No, that's the ones that have the marking at the center are the ones that seems to be broken. It's the same thing.
yeah,
the
none are
markings and the broken.
actually broken, right?
No, so that's it. They're not actually broken. From a distance, it looks like they're
Okay,
broken.
because like from what I thought you said before is that there were some that looked broken and some of them were broken, but some of them only just had a mark that made it seem like they were broken.
No, it's the same. From a distance,
Okay.
some of them look broken, but when you get right up to it and you look at them, they're not broken. It's just a pattern
Okay.
inside of the tile that makes it looks like it's broken. Optical illusion. I just
Okay,
have
just
to make
making
sure.
sure.
Sam, are you still with us?
I am.
Okay.
I-
No, that's all right. I just wanted to be sure.
All right, then Raimi is going to go all the way to the right,
Okay.
and since apparently everybody else wants to do like something else, Raimi is going to just making sure here. Yeah, he's going to step on the rightmost tile on the first row.
Okay. So Remy steps on that tile, and audience is trying to go body sledding on these tiles.
Well, I'm trying not carrying the body. I'm also going to turn to, because I've had some chats about Terry, so, no, never mind. I'm actually not going to say that. That's metagame knowledge. Never mind. Nope, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
Avery, there's something with your character about wild shapes that would help you out of game that you should think about.
Oh shit! All right.
We don't necessarily need it yet, but it would be helpful, and you should think about it.
Yeah.
All right. So audience, are you going body sledding?
Yes, well, I'm going to try stepping on a body and then seeing if it reacts. So I guess I'll try...
Well,
What's
you
one
get
I haven't tried?
8, or it's, I guess third from the left or the right. Third from the right.
Third from the right? Alright, I'll try third from the right, stepping on the body.
Okay. So Remy takes the last one to the right, and audience the third one from the right. Audience, you put the body down, then you
Yep.
jump and step on the body. And then you find yourself teleported back to the entrance with the body and 5 hit points of lightning damage taken, divided by 2 because you are resistant.
Yeah. Alright. Well, the body doesn't work, guys.
Remy, you step on the rightmost tile as this happens, and 2 things happen. One, you step on the tile and nothing happens. You are not teleported back and you are not shocked.
Ooh. This was 110.
And then you hear Orunak say, "Oh, that's weird." That's the second thing that happens. Why was the body
Brought with
over
him.
there, but now it's here, and it got teleported with our brilliant friend? And he looks at you, Remy, and well, maybe that was a clue. The body might have been left where we should have started.
Maybe thinking about it, nodding, and then pointing. Like he steps back onto the landing.
Yep.
And points to the piece of paper with like the you know, like the one with the even odd on it, and he's going to like minor illusion a question mark, and then start moving his finger from starting from the far right, moving to the left, and then points to the words even odd.
Yeah.
Oh,
Columns,
That's what I was thinking about.
rows.
But the other thing I was thinking about is I guess the question written on the paper, that do the different tiles change the count? If they did, in that case, you'd step just straight forward and not to the left, or not diagonally. But, however, he did die, so maybe he had that idea and it was wrong, and that's why he died. But, if you're not counting the blue squares, then that's...
So,
Did the body have anything else on it besides a note? Did it have
an explorer's pack.
the Explorer's
Okay.
Pack, the note was in his hand, and that's about
nothing
it.
else that would help us?
Alright, so since you did find one square that was safe, I will change the battle map to include that.
Which was 110.
So it could be that. We just alternate.
Alright, so on the battle map right now, I have removed one square, which now is white. You know that this square now is safe.
Alright, but where should we send Remy next?
I think... Remy, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Raimi looks about half as good as he used to be.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to be the one leading the charge this time.
I can.
You get
I can cast Cure Wounds on him.
Ovenak just says, well, we can always go by try on air, but I think it's easier if we figure out the key of this. There's a lot of tiles in here.
Yeah, it's a lot of error.
Starting on even, so next should be on.
Well,
All right, Raimi is going to, like he's saying on the landing, but he is pointing to the.
I'm gonna. He's looking at the next one straight forward, Raimi.
Raimi is looking at the second one from the left on the second row.
The second one from
the
left.
left or from the right?
Beginning from the right.
Beginning from the right. The second
from
the
the
black
right
one at the
in the second row.
yeah, because it's odd. And if we're alternating, and here's an idea. I'll turn into something, and I'll do the stepping. I'll be okay if I get hurt.
Okay, so just to make sure that we are all looking at the same one, if we say that the left one, bottom one is 1-1, which tile do you want to check?
2-9.
Tile 2-9.
Okay. 2 and 9. So basically diagonally
Yeah.
up. All right. You step up. You step.
Georg, are you gonna turn into something, or am I taking this one?
I'll
Seeing
turn
as
into.
I'm not a living thing.
That is a good point. Maybe you should take it. No,
Jeez, that's gonna
I
help.
know I'll be okay if I turn into something.
Okay, so Remy wants
Then
to
turn into something, because you're going on that tile whether you want to or I throw at you.
Uh-oh. All right. I'm gonna turn into a bear.
Is a bear gonna fit on that tile? Now that I'm
Small.
thinking about it.
What is the critical challenge rating of a bear?
I think it's
Yeah, can you?
do one half.
What?
can
I
do
guess
a
what bear?
for a half.
Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of bears in the
Yeah,
monster manual. There used to be more, but
Players.
one
Yeah.
half.
I feel like there's a brown bear and a black bear.
come on, I know it's there at the end. Oh, there you go. No, that's a werebear. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, because a black bear is a medium.
Black bear is medium.
Brown
Challenge.
brown
half.
bear is challenge rating 1, so you can't do that yet. Black bear is 1/2. I believe you can do that right now. Yeah, level 4, maximum 1/2. You could change into a black bear.
Change into a black bear. I'll change into a black bear. And
All right, so you are stepping on the tile diagonally to where you were before.
yeah, 2-9. Assuming I can move diagonally effectively across the tiles.
Well,
All right,
yeah.
this might answer a question for me, so I do need to know the results of this.
Okay. So if I'm not
This answers whether or not the tiles count.
if I'm not mistaken, there's one tile that's just disappeared on the battle map. Is that the tile you were referring to? Just to make sure we all had the same.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So
All right.
that's cool. I can change things directly on the image, and it changes it on the overlay. That's cool. I wasn't sure it was gonna work. All right. So you step on that tile, and nothing happens.
Sweet. I think I could go diagonally to 3-8 again.
Oh,
Because
Well,
I'll snort loudly at you and indicate that I'm planning on going that way.
Wait, just a second.
So Raimi is going to point at 3-9.
Okay, so basically one up.
Yes.
Okay.
You're trying to alternate between even and odd.
So you do it.
You could choose whichever one you want, George, but Raimi's pointing at one and you're thinking of another.
I'll trust Raimi on this one. I'll go to 3-9.
Okay. You step forward on 3-9 and you get teleported and shocked for 10 points of lightning damage.
Okay,
Ow.
that needed to be tested.
Oh, we already answered that.
No, it's just like it was for a different thing.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh. Alright. Well, then, I guess I'll go back to...
Now the question is 3-7 or 3-10? Or sorry, 3...
I think 3
How many?
10's got
It's 10 wide, right?
a cracky
Yes.
looking thing on it, a pattern on it.
It's 10 by 10. So
Yeah. Sorry,
Alright,
so
so-
3-8 or 3-10.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking 3-8.
I'll say
because
try
it doesn't have the
3-8.
cr-
Yeah.
Maybe we'll point to
Think
3-8.
Okay.
Avoiding the...
So diagonally one. Oh, that's not the one that I need. Go diagonally one. I really like the fact that it updates. All right. So this one there. And again, you have a safe tile.
Woo!
So
Okay, I've almost figured this out.
3-8 is good.
All right, now we've got two choices if we're going diagonal over every time.
Yep.
But
Raimi points to tile 2, 7.
2.
wait, go back to 2-7, huh?
Why, Ramy?
Raymond,
You can't
Raimi
keep doing
points
this.
Raimi points to even odd, then points from the first row, and then starts dragging it down from the bottom row to the top row.
Meanwhile,
You can make an
audience.
intelligence if you want to.
Meanwhile, audience, and you have Arunak who's just looking at you. How many acorns are you willing to bet someone's gonna die in here?
Are you...
I'm fairly willing to bet at least 15 acorns no one's gonna die in here. The barrel is like a beefy, like it has a lot of meat behind it. It's like it can take some hits.
The
So,
bear look...
I don't know.
How does the bear look?
It looks pretty cook.
Yeah, I was gonna
there's some-
say.
there's some
10
sizzling
points of
hairs.
lightning
Black
damage. It's starting to smell like bacon.
Ramy, are you trying to say even odd also applies to the vertical?
It's,
'Cause
maybe not, but with a minor allusion to question mark.
we started on even column, odd row, and then we moved to an odd column, even row, and then, but then that doesn't.
As long as we keep going diagonal, it will keep... I say we keep following the current path and don't deviate until something changes. Because if we keep deviating at every other...
Uh,
The only...
So Fisher
Can I-
says keep going diagonal until you get shocked.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm just trying to decide between
Okay.
3-7 and 3-9. But because how would going backwards help on that? Even with that, how would going backwards help?
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, then Rainy will roll his eyes and then just point to
Never mind.
to 4 to 4-9.
Okay. This one's here. Okay.
So whether he decides to go to 4-9, that's up to him.
So Remy points to 4-9, and Fisher wants you to go 4-7.
2-7.
2-7?
To 4-7.
Well,
Or
4
2-7. And here I was thinking of going to 9-4, but I've got no reason to do. But
9-4 would be
he's on-
several rolls up ahead.
he's on 3.
oh, I'm thinking.
Can I
4-9.
follow him 2 squares?
The squares are 8 feet by 8 feet. Yes, of course. 2 people can
Okay.
fit on a square.
Okay. Now that I'm okay, then I'll go all the way up to. The
Although
same
with a
square
bear,
he's
it's a tight fit.
on.
Yeah, there's I don't think there's enough space for you and a
from
bear.
from the third row
I'll squeeze.
or the second row, however far I can get forward, that's we know is safe. Can I see farther ahead which ones seem broken?
Oh, yeah.
Make a perception roll.
Oh. I was going to say you could get on my back for some extra height, but it's only 8 feet high. The
Yeah.
ceiling.
13.
13. You can see a few more tiles.
I'm very specifically looking at
Like,
either what would be really is just in the 5th row.
You can see the 5th row, actually. I've sent an image
Okay.
of it.
Oh, sorry, the 6th row then.
Okay.
If we keep going diagonally on just the darker ones, is one of the broken ones? Basically, if we're not trying to hit the broken ones, would we get stuck going either direction from where we currently are?
Well, of course, if you try going to the right, you're gonna get to one side of the wall. If you keep going to the left, from where you are, yes, you do see a broken tile, which is gonna get in the way, which is 4,
Okay.
7.
I don't need to keep going in a straight line. Just like if I get to one of those, at some point, will there be blues or like the broken tiles on either diagonal going forward?
No. If you just keep on going to the left until you reach one that has a broken tile pattern, you could decide to go right from that point.
Okay. How about if I go, or if we go right from where we are and then kind of like bounce off the wall? Is that one broken or not? So that would be 6-9.
Six, 9. No, it doesn't have a broken pattern on it.
Well, George, want to take one direction and I'll take the other?
Sure. I'll go. Which way are you going? Oh wait, I can't talk. Or can I talk? Can
You
I
can
talk?
snuffle.
Okay.
You
I'll-
still
I'll
have your
nod.
intelligence, but you really can't talk. You can growl.
Yeah.
You can claw the ground.
I'm just snorkeling at him, and I'm gonna see which way he goes.
I'll point Jorg to the right to 4-9.
I'll do that first. We shouldn't go at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
No, I was
but-
gonna wait.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go first to 4-9.
Okay, so you go to 4-9. So you're here, and you go. Sorry. Ooh. All right, so you go to 4-9. You do not get shocked.
Woo! I'll point at the next one, which would be 5-10, and then
Yep.
I'll step onto 5-10.
Maybe shakes his head,
Uh-oh.
but he does it anyway.
So as you start stepping on it, you see Remy shaking his head, but you realize that you are imbalanced, and you step on that tile, and you find yourself back in the entrance with another 8 points of lightning damage hit on you. Now you're really starting to smell like bacon.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the form. I'm hurting.
No, you want to keep the form.
Keep it.
It's got like a hit point left.
Uh-huh. All right. Yeah.
I mean, up to you if you.
And look, a hit point's a hit point if you still have.
No, but
So is the ability to talk.
Yeah.
Audience, if you have an idea, go ahead. Don't hesitate.
no, I didn't have an idea. I just
Okay.
don't
All right,
think he should
Raimi is
keep
going to
his
take the
form.
paper. Raimi's going to take the paper. He's going to pull out his quill and ink, and he's going to write in the first column beginning at 110. 1, 2. He skips over the one with the symbol on it and writes 1 next to the, or I guess he'll write a 3. So like beginning from the far left column, 1, 2, skips the third one, 3, 4.
Nice. By the way, if we could get through this puzzle in the next 4 minutes, I would appreciate it.
And he shows it to Fisher.
Is that going vertical or horizontal?
He's writing it vertically.
Oh, I get it. 1, 2, and those ones don't count when you're counting the spaces away. So if we go here and there, and then
I had to add a map when I did it. It's confusing. Don't feel too bad about it.
Hey, it didn't take us 3 days to figure it out this time, so I mean, we're making progress.
Wait, but if he hold
Nice
on.
sessions.
He stepped on 510 and he points to the number 4 next to that tile.
Uh-huh.
5-10. Oh wait.
Can we skip tiles by jumping?
It's 8. A tile is
if
8
you-
feet across. It's hard. It's a
If you
really
were skipping the marked tiles, we should have been teleported back on the second row.
Raimi shakes his head.
Well, because that would have been 1 being
Raimi writes below the column 10 an O. Then in column 9 an E. Then column 8 an O.
And then if we go one more, it'll be 1, 2, 3, which would be odd again. But if we go back one, where Fisher originally said we'd be back at an odd. So I think Fisher was... No, wait, no, it wasn't, because we already went one way and it was fine. Unless there's... Because then we go there, and then...
Wait, so which one sent you guys back? It was the last...
510.
510 shocked and sent them back at the entrance.
510.
So we just went straight right from where I was at 9-4. It would be odd again. And then we could go up to 510, maybe. If
But-
that's even how it works.
Okay, if I'm still hung up on why, if we have to alternate between even and odd, why we didn't get teleported back
Yeah.
at the second row if you have to skip the marked ones.
That would have been 1, so it would have been odd.
'Cause if you're skipping the marked ones, that's 6. 2. Going from 1.
Raimi,
8.
since he already wrote an O below column 10, he writes a 1 underneath the O. Then at column 9 he writes a 2.
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I get it.
That's 2. And then... Oh, and then
'Cause
that's 1.
the starting. Yeah, no. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, because it would be 1 and then 2, and then that would be 1 again because there's 2 marked tiles. Then we went
'Cause
right.
if you're starting where you start,
forward.
not starting from the left.
Audience is going to take a short rest real quick.
Makes sense.
Just going to close his eyes.
No, when I think
Oronak's gonna join you, you know. Are you sure you still want to bet those 15 acorns? You know?
Yeah, I still don't think anyone's going to die. We just might be here for a while.
But if we go
So a long rest
same-
then.
and then
Yeah.
the same round, and then just directly right to the 10 or 410, then we'd be
Oh,
at
goodness.
another odd, because it's odd, even, odd, even,
Oh,
odd.
yeah.
And then
yeah.
we go up to where I stepped, because that would be an even.
Then you would be.
I wanna do
yeah.
that.
I guess since I'm already on the
Oh yeah, you're
third
already
row,
out there. Yeah.
I'll
hey,
go
for that.
to 4-9 and then to 4-10 from there.
Alright, so you jump on 4-9, which you already know is a safe tile, and you jump on 4-10.
Yeah.
You get sent back to the entrance
Okay.
with a
Oh,
shock.
that's-
9 hit points of lightning damage.
Hey, well, that's helped me get past a lot of reservations I had about constructs.
Yeah,
Did you say 9 hit points?
yes. He gets hits and
Okay.
he finds himself back at the entrance smoking
While
with the
audience
shock.
closes his eyes in the game, I'm going to go close my eyes in real life and leave you guys to finish the rest of this puzzle, because I'm not doing anything.
Alright,
All right,
sorry about
all right.
this.
Now we gotta drag audience onto the tile and see which one.
Please don't kill me. If you need my body, you can use it a bit, but not
If
too
you
much.
need my body, you
We
can
won't
use
kill you because then we can't use you anymore.
Alright.
Yeah, we figured that out with the bot.
All
Well,
right.
I will see you guys
Well,
next
in
week.
that case,
See you
audience,
soon.
good night, and we'll see
Good
you
night.
again next Wednesday.
See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that does still answer questions though.
All right, so that means that you have another 15 minutes to try and figure this out.
Yeah, so we it's not like that.
All right. In which case, thing is, I don't have the right form for this. Actually, where is Bear Jorg right now?
At the entrance.
Everyone's
Right.
at the entrance right now. Audience has slightly fallen asleep. He's starting to drool a bit.
Yeah, you,
Uh, It's like maybe kind of like or how tall is the ceiling?
8 feet.
All right. Well, I guess Raimi is going to sorry. Oh, sorry. I keep going to the wrong tabs. Raimi is going to go to the grid marked go to 4-9, and he's going to see how far up ahead he can see, like looking for more marks.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Is that a 10 or a 20? Okay, that's a 20. So 27.
27. All right. Well, in that case, if you have
20.
Yeah, it was a nat 20. That's why I had to like raise up a bit. It's like, wait, okay, because like sometimes the 2 and the 1 look similar.
All right. So if you have natural 20, in that case, you can see all the way to the end. So I will let you see the entire map with broken pattern tile. The entire map with broken pattern tiles looks like this one. Let's see, maybe I can even add this to the overlay. That could be nice.
that would be cool.
That might be helpful, just so I'm not moving from tab to tab. I have 3 tabs open.
Oh yeah, it really doesn't like it when I do that.
All right. I can live with it regardless. It's just like it'll be tab switching for me.
Oh goodness, it's so large.
It's not the number of marked tiles per
Okay,
row and column, because that's
it's a wee bit smaller, but here you go. You have the pattern of broken tiles and unbroken tiles. In front of you.
wait.
And
Oh,
I believe the tiles that you have tried so far are this one, this one, this one, And this one here. I believe that's it. Yeah, sorry, the image is slightly smaller. I don't know if I can actually manage to... But that's the image. Okay, I think I can actually... No, that's not the right one. Like this, and like this. Alright, that's about the same size and easier to see. Yeah.
So
yeah.
have we figured out
Crispy.
do
And as a bonus, you even have the message even odd at the top of it. So. So everyone, this is what it looks like when your entire party is stumped on a puzzle.
Bear George wants to do an intelligence check and see if he can figure something out.
What are you trying to figure out?
Actually, yeah, it doesn't work like that.
use
No.
the standard? I want the answer to the puzzle.
What I can do is allow you to make a wisdom check to see if your guts are giving you a clue that you are not perceiving. That is as far as I can go.
All right. I'm gonna wait on that because I don't want to admit defeat.
I can do this.
What?
So while they're trying to figure this out, hey chat, how are you doing? I seen chaotic calling. Anyone from there still here?
How's it going? Chaotic calling. You got it figured out?
You don't tell them. Sorry.
Oh.
No help in the chat, please. Not that I think anyone will write.
Yeah.
Aha.
Just lurking.
But you can tease them if you want, just saying, oh, I figured it out, but you just don't say it.
So 510 didn't work and 610 didn't work, right? Or no, 410 and 510 didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, what about? I wonder if 4-9 is a
Dead end
to step on, or yeah, what if it's a dead end and it branches?
Would 4-7 even work?
We could try it.
It would not.
Oh, because we're trying the skipping the
For
right.
skipping stuff.
Because it's odd, even, odd, even.
Also, are we saying it matters going both directions? Or just the first?
That would make sense. Like 1, 2, 3.
Because
8. It still is even though.
Because if you have to stay on, because if both have to alternate, we never at 3, 8, we would have gotten teleported back if both had to alternate.
Yeah.
So that would have been
And
an odd and
5,
an even
10
instead
still
of.
would have been even. Oh, but that would have been the problem. But yeah, I see what you mean. Wait, what if we?
All right.
I'm gonna go to 4-7. See what happens.
You go to 4-7. All right. You step. Whoops. No. Oh.
I broke it. I broke the whole puzzle.
No, because I didn't realize that I copied the wrong thing. So I basically superimposed 2 images on top of one another.
Oh.
All right, so you step on the 4-7 and you do not get shocked.
There it is.
Oh.
you
So
hear,
it does not.
you hear from inside of you. Now look at you. You're using your brain.
I'm gonna.
I'll go
snort
to
loudly and follow you.
5. I'll go from there to 5, 6.
So basically, you just go up diagonally toward the left.
Yeah.
No, come on. Why am I... Yeah, that's one of the problem from this. Okay. No, come on. Copy this. There you go. All right. You take 1 step diagonally and you do not get shocked.
Oh.
Remy, do you have an idea of where you should be stepping next?
I guess I'm just gonna keep going.
Going
Right?
diagonally.
But this time to the right, so that would be
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, don't you have one more space to go to the left before you hit a square? Not that
What
you
do you
should
mean?
go one more.
Yeah, but I don't need to get stuck over there.
So,
Yeah.
So from where you are, you step diagonally left or right?
Right. That's fine.
You step right and you do not get shocked.
Hey. I'm gonna go diagonally right again.
You go diagonally right. So this is... So you go diagonally right, and you find yourself teleported back to the entrance with another 7
Damn it.
hit points of lightning damage.
That was on 7-8, right? That's when we were.
Right now, you are on 7-6, and you decided to go...
Wait.
6...
I was on 6.
Oh, but yeah, from
I was on 6-7, and I was going to 7-8.
Yeah. He started on 6-7.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool down. You started with the highest empty square on the battle map,
Yeah.
yeah, and you decided to go
Up to the right.
up to the right.
To that next black one.
yeah, and then teleported.
And
Yeah.
that teleported me back?
Yeah.
Okay. For 7.
All right, the bear is gonna try. But what's different about that tile, though?
Mm-mm.
The bear's gonna sit and ponder for a second. Because there's 2, and there's 3, 4, 5. Here it is. 1.
Remy, do you have any idea, or is Remy still trying to figure this out?
I've just been over here like testing some things,
Okay.
but so far the things I've tested haven't really come to a pattern yet.
Okay. Right now, you're at the entrance. If I am not mistaken, Remy.
Yeah, right now Raimi would be standing at the entrance because like he would have had to gone back and filled in the paper.
So he's drawing on the paper.
Like to
Okay, so so basically you have the paper on the ground and you're drawing the images on the drawing which square seems
effectively
safe.
just like basically just making the map we're seeing before us diegetic.
Okay. Well, since you have the map on the floor right now and you're basically sitting right next to audience and Ohunak, who has just rolled a natural 20 because he's getting bored out of his mind, looks at the paper and says, I'm not the most literate of person, but isn't it weird that they wrote even odd at the top and not the bottom? I mean, usually when you're looking at a grid, especially when you listen to the farmers trying to figure out which field they should go on first, they start from the bottom left, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So shouldn't the even odd be at the bottom and not at the top? I mean, the corpse was placed right beside the first tile that we found that was safe.
could be looking at it upside down. If they were making it from the other side, then bottom left would be on the top right for us. But I don't know what that would change.
I was afraid of this. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
He looks at Remy going upside down, trying to figure this out.
Because then. Yep.
So, what are we assuming so far about this map?
Well, my one thought was to add the squares up. That was one of them. That doesn't work.
Damn it. Why did I roll a natural 20 on the tree and not on Terranad? My vocabulary is limited with Terranad, but not as much with Orunak, but not as much with Terranad.
Yeah. So even and odd are on top. I don't know what the even and odd do for us. And the even's not.
You calling quits yet? Doing this wisdom
I might do a wisdom roll. But first, the bear's gonna try to walk on a 6-5 and just see what happens.
Alright, 6 from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5. 1,
Oh
2,
no.
3, 4, 5.
6 from the bottom left up.
Okay, yeah, so
6 up.
Ramy is
and
going to
then
think
5.
that. Alright, Ramy is going to turn the map back over so that the even odd is in the bottom left corner.
Except, yeah.
And move all the squares as necessary.
Yeah, because the even odd is in the top left, which means we could rotate it 90 degrees, but that would be painful for my brain.
So, Jorg, where are you moving?
Left, up and left from the diagonal that from
never mind,
basically XY diagonal.
Alright, so right now you're on the square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to the left and 5 up. You're on that square right now.
Yup.
Alright.
So then I'm going to go left 1 and up 1. So that it's
On to the next diagonal to the left.
So if you just continue that diagonal that we originally started, just going to see what happens if I go there.
Is that the same bear shape that only has 1 hit point? Or is that a new one?
Yeah.
Well, and in that case, you get teleported back to the entrance and you find yourself transforming back to a normal person with a 1 the lightning damage carryover.
Ooh. It's. I don't feel so sizzly anymore.
I really would like to help
All
him,
right.
but I did
He's
everything
gonna
I
roll
could.
wisdom. Yeah, he's doing it. He's gonna think real hard with a 16.
16. All right. You look at the map that Remy is playing with, and you listen to your intuition, and your intuition keeps focusing back to even odd. And you don't know if it's because you're getting tired, but your eyes go out of focus, and for a moment you see the word even sliding slightly downward. Then you shake your head, and even and odd are back next to one another.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. No. Yeah, okay.
So even is the y-axis. So it could be.
Are you sharing that with anyone?
Yeah, I'll say, what if even is on the y-axis? Or what if, and then the columns are odd?
Are we talking about that when we have even and odd in the bottom left?
So,
that's a good question.
Jorg, where are you placing the coordinate 1, 1 on the grid right now?
Currently, it is how you have it orientated, the bottom left.
From the map on the battle map, so that everyone is on the same page.
Yup.
From what you think, where is coordinate 1, 1? So that everyone is looking at the same thing.
I have been putting it on the bottom left, but now, if even is sliding down, I'm gonna put 1, 1 up by where the even and odd are, and then try it like that. I don't want to redraw my map though, so I'm just gonna.
That's how Remy had it.
Yeah, but
He
now
spun it so that it's 90 degrees counterclockwise. But I guess.
Yeah, but.
And it's saying even. Does it mean what? Here, wait.
5, 7, 9.
For a moment, it looked like a reference grid.
11, 13, 15, 19. Looks like a reference grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go back to.
It stalks.
The farthest forward we've been,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go up to the left. Have we tried that yet?
Mm-mm.
Diagonal
Okay.
up or straight up?
Diagonal up.
To the left.
From
the highest point that you have been able to reach so far.
Yeah.
So basically, you are 6 and 7. All right. So you take one step diagonally upward, and you do not get shocked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh,
I got it.
figure it out.
I go diagonal to the left again.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1.
You jump. You don't wait for someone who says okay or not.
That should.
No, I'm just asking because Jorg is counting.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, do you wait for his okay or do you just jump?
I'm going. Fisher
yeah.
thinks he has it.
Okay. Then you jump left up 1. You do not get shocked.
All right.
Up. Oh, wait. Yeah,
so we're
up to the
going
left one more time.
1, 2, 3.
You jump up left. You do not get shocked.
And then up to the right. That's the final.
Yeah.
That's the last one, right?
So that. Oops. That's how the. Okay. So you jump right in this moment of did I do it? Did I do it? You jump right, your feet touches the ground, and you're still there. You didn't get shocked.
Damn. I want to cast
I got it.
Cure Wounds.
Yeah, you see Fisher, who's at the other end. Sort of, I got it.
What was it? I want to call back.
You have to, if you're looking at it, or even if looking at it how we're looking at it, basically you have to, counting from left to right, it has to be on an even number, and counting from top to bottom, it has to be on an odd number.
Oh.
Goodness, you're gonna get experience for solving that. I was afraid that you wouldn't because it would have just been solved by brute force.
And then as I'm down there, I will take a second wind.
All right. So, with Remy having noted where Fisher was jumping
Great.
every tile of the way, you managed to find your way to the other side, dragging audience as he is just waking up from a short rest.
Wakes up. What? Let's go.
Oh, what? We there yet?
I am. You still need to make it.
But with Remy, I am sure Remy will not have any difficulty helping audience across this place. You make your way across the room and you find yourself, each and every one of you, on the other side of this landing. All safe, though a little cooked.
All right.
I got a whole 7 hit points back from my second wind.
And you find yourself sitting there, and there is a door right in front of you, which leads to another corridor. But this passageway is going to be for next episode. Because I think everyone's brain got cooked in this one.
Yeah.
So, sorry for the very hard puzzle. That is among the hardest puzzle that I am going to present you with in this campaign. I can do much worse than that, but I am not going to. So for future reference...
Don't make this easy. Please, don't.
I counted. I did it every single way except... Or did I do it that way? I feel like I did. Yeah. I think I was going every single direction except left to right, top to bottom.
So as you might have
I
all
did right to
figured,
left, top to bottom.
as you
right
might
to
have
left,
all
bottom to
figured out
top.
from Fisher's explanation, yes, the word even and odds were there to tell which were the columns and which were the rows. And when there was a broken tile, you had to skip over it when you were counting. So this is how it all made sense. And I needed that grid when I made it. Because the maths were hard. But
Yeah.
you have succeeded and you have crossed over. And next time you will be faced with a different challenge. But that will be for another episode. So, thank you all for watching. So very sorry that I gave my players a challenge that was long and difficult. Probably more for the viewers than the players, because the players just were focused on it. But hey, it happens. And if you have never played Dungeons and Dragons and you're wondering if that happens from time to time, yes it does. More often than you think. This is why you need to have a bowl of chips on the side. It really helps refuel the mind. So, or whatever treat you like to have. So, thank you all for watching. It was a pleasure for us. I hope it was one for you also. If you enjoyed the show, I know this one was a little bit different, but if you enjoyed it anyway, I hope we'll see you again next Wednesday. And as always, if you want to support us, you can support us by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also support us by making a donation, or becoming a Patreon, or by spreading the word of this channel, because we are almost at our 50 followers, which would give us the possibility to activate subscription, which could give birth to a few new interesting things for the channel. So, until then, as always, stay safe, and especially in these weird times we're having with everyone being less careful because we have all of these vaccines coming in, try and be careful and stay healthy. See you next week. Bye.